T-Man 978 Chill Review. Hello everyone, T-Man 978. I'm reviewing, finally, Transformers Generations Titans Return, Emissary, and Cerebros with Fortress Maximus there. I'm not going to waste your time on this box. You've all seen this because you've been desperately waiting to own him. But I'll mention it says fantasy scene right there so that dumb people can know that you don't get all that in the box. They're advertising Duracell batteries, but they don't come with any batteries. So make sure you get 2 AAA batteries if you want to have this thing fully open and running. On the top of the box, we see the 3 characters we get, and we see the 2 suggested alt modes for Fortress Maximus there. On the side, we see this image of Fort Max, his head anyway, floating up and down right there. You've probably seen this image on all the Titan Masters boxes anyway. And here on the back are the details about the play features and whatnot. Before I can get this thing out of the box, I figured I'd show you the bios right there. Pause so you can read them, or reverse if you can read that before I said pause. Inside the packaging, you get this collector's card with this artwork that was on the box, basically. And you get this tech spec right here. Red is Fortress Maximus by itself, blue is with Cerebros attached, and green is with Emissary attached. But typically you would have Emissary and Cerebros attached anyway, so he's pretty much infinite once he has all 3 combined. You get a sticker sheet which is numbered up to 50, so once you get to 50, stop worrying about it. If you want detailed instructions on where to put these stickers, I'm going to have a companion video in the description. You also get a gigantic instruction sheet with how to put the stickers on and whatnot, and how to change them and his components into their different various modes. And because he came packaged like this, here is Fort Max all together in robot mode. He is a humongous robot. The plastic quality, it's somewhere between better than Metroplex and just as cheap feeling. In certain areas, it is very horrible, to be honest. For the 2 people who didn't know this, Fort Max is an extensive retool of Metroplex. He has several of the same body parts. Here are some close-ups on the details. And I do like the details, I'm not gonna lie. I think the retooling they did was very awesome and very excellent. And I like this transparent part right there. I didn't at first, but it looks even better with the stickers I put on there that came included. But yeah, let's turn them to the side. He does seem to be a bit back heavy. I can't really tell why. Is it these flaps right here on the back of his arms? I don't know. But he does tend to lean back. I mean, you could try to get him forward, but it basically wants to lean back. Here's what you're working with back here. And of course, without all these stickers I put on, he would look a ton more bland. Painted plastic right there. These stickers right here in the back of his legs, sometimes they look green, sometimes they look blue. It's like an aqua effect. Don't really like the back of his head because these don't peg in the arms for Cerebros. And there you go right there. Special robot mode features, not too many. He does have the lights and sound once you put the batteries in Cerebros. All the sound comes out of the head. Once you push that, you get that sound. And he just starts recycling the same stuff. This arm, just like Metroplex, can still open, but they took the cannon out, so best you can do is just store some Titan Masters in there or something like that, or Legends class figures. So on the leg down here, this can point forward. It's on a mushroom peg, so it might try to come off if you don't have it pushed all the way forward. And the cannons can come forward. The cannons are also on double mushroom pegs. And since he wasn't packaged with a gun like they show on the box, these do fit in his hands just like Fort Max's guns, but they don't peg into the gun peg hole. Well, he has two slot points, one here and here. These go into the front. So if you want, he can carry that as a blaster in both hands. If you have Metroplex, he can hold both of Metroplex's handguns. Articulation. The head can rotate 360 unlike Metroplex. I would grab it from here because the little pieces just fall apart or might come off. And the neck is extremely stiff. That joint right there, the whole head rotates in this socket right there. This whole disc rotates. While I have it off, I wanted to show you that. You don't really need to have Emissary down there, but they did leave enough space so he can fit. But really, the bottom of the head just connects by itself. Shoulders can go up very high, rotate, and just like Metroplex, he has some extra detail when you lift that up. Bicep swivel, elbows bend almost completely up. Wrist swivel, they can hinge in. Thumb does this, and each digit individually folds in on the top knuckle right there. There's a waist jump. Legs can kick all the way up. Can go all the way back, really. The legs rotate at the mid-thigh or upper knee. And the knees bend like 90 degrees. No ankle pivot. I was hoping with this guy he would get ankle pivot, but he can pose and his knees are way tighter than freaking Metroplex. Now, my display area or my review area is kind of slippery because I use that glass, so I'm shocked he's actually standing up, so his hips are good. Size comparison. Soak all of this in. This should be about just about every size class minus MP10 in the regular cars, but you got a Combiner Wars Combiner, a Supreme class, Leader, Voyager, Warrior, Deluxe, and Legends and Legions, and Titan Master down there, Marvel Legends, And Fort Max is just a hair taller at the top of the head than Metroplex. If you included those little antennae on Metroplex, no, he's still shorter. Close-up look at Fort Max's head before we start transforming him. Emissary. Or should I say Cerebros. But anyway, here's what the eyes look like up close. But to transform him, flip this down, push that forward. Pull the legs down from the sides, move the feet flat. Rotate these back, and bam, you have Cerebros. He's a nice looking robot. I mean, he looks better in person. I like the paint they put there. I like the little sticker he has on the chest and whatnot. But he can still get sounds. You're supposed to push the head down. One thing I hate, they gave him no weapon whatsoever. Like no weapon options. You don't really have to push the heads, you can push these. Cerebro. But mostly he makes a bunch of gun sounds with no gun. This is what he looks like from the back. I mean, to be honest, there is an option for him. He can equip himself with Titan Masters, but they are sold separately. Cerebro. But let's get these guys out of here. I just did something. Oh, yeah. Here we go. These come off easy. I guess it's to stop them from breaking, but here's a definite problem. Look at these little tiny pegs he has on the shoulders. That's all that's keeping this arm attached. And this is made out of very pliable plastic. And these elbows are very stiff, so it's just so easy to just rip the arm completely off. It's barely hanging on. I don't like that. This one fares better. A lot better, but it's still loose. But anyway, articulation. His head can pivot, rotate to here and here before it starts scraping. Doesn't look up much and doesn't look down much. But let's show a close-up on that face. It kind of puts me in the mind of Optimus Prime, but different. Let's say the arms can rotate, go out to the side, elbows on the ball joint, nothing at the wrist. Hips can kick forward to there, kick all the way back, kick out to the side, rotate, bend 90 degrees at the knee. They have this weird articulation, and the toes can do that. So he is decently posable. Emissary. Flip this down, boom, transformed. Cool thing about him, his face is actually painted. He has blue eyes and a silver face right there. His cool molded arms. His body kind of looks better than most of the Titan Masters I've purchased so far. His shoulders can go all the way up and go out a little bit because they're on the ball joint. Hips have a pin in them, the knee has a pin in them, and they can bend like that. But that's about that. To get Cerebros ready for his base mode, or whatever you want to call that mode, leave that like this, but rotate the arms back to the way they were in Headmaster mode. Leave the feet like this, push the feet up, but leave the legs like this, and fold these back like that. Now he's ready for base mode. Transforming Fort Max. I don't even know if you can even call this a transformation, but let's do what they say. Fold the fingers in. Rotate arms up like this. Go ahead, take this right here, lift this out, and this piece is just so flimsy, just like Cerebros' shoulders. It just comes completely the heck off. Put it back on. Raise this whole platform up there. And basically you want to pull this forward until it just stops. And then you basically lay him on his back. And bring the feet from this position to this position and like click it. And now, oh wait, one more step. Take these side panels, unpeg them, and they typically don't lock like that, but they peg together. Bring this forward. He's in his base mode, but you have to take Cerebros and plug him in, which is kind of difficult. It's been difficult for me because I can't get the legs to go down smoothly. And you have to push him all the way down as far as you can, because there's a little device that hooks up inside of there. And if you do it right, he should give you slightly different sounds. And say that, of course. An emissary can peg into different areas on his body. Let me find one. Here's one right here. Emissary can peg there. That almost sounds like music. Of course, you can cover base mode and different Titan Masters and whatnot, however you see fit. Like, maybe you can lift the cannons up if you want, but yeah, there you go with that. Just to show you some details up close. Some of this stuff you'll see better in the, I don't even know what to call it, city mode, because I don't see it written on the instructions. Other reviewers have been actually naming the thing modes, but I haven't seen them, and that is difficult to stay in there. But if you want, you could take all of this off the guns, or take this whole part off right there. Of course, you can rearrange the hands as you see fit and whatnot. Or you could take Cerebros out of here and just leave that like that. And he does have some gray paint right there, which is cool. Before I forget to mention it, he does roll. There are like these little rolling pin wheels on the back of them. This mold, it just looks like he's laying down. Metroplex, on the other hand, I just feel like he has a lot more going on in his air carrier mode. It'd just be me. He also rolls due to these big wheels that he has on the bottom. But I don't know. I just feel like this pulls it off better. to get to city mode, wait till you see how complicated this is. I just can't believe it. First thing you want to do, start rotating this, because if you're on a surface like I have with limited space, and start spreading the legs out basically to the side. Lift this panel up, rotate that around like that, and with your finger push this panel out, and boom, he is in his city mode. Yeah, I could not believe that when I looked at the instructions. I was like, is something missing? But this is it. I guess you can lift that up for defense or something like that. Or maybe you can put these out as extra ramps. Those aren't holes, those are sticker details. You're supposed to take the leader class figures, or leader class Optimus and Blaster and Soundwave maybe if you want, and connect them to those points as part of an extra bigger city. Probably can't see it due to my lighting, but you can fit little vehicles in there if you wanted to. It goes all the way deep in there. Do the same thing right here. Put stuff on the ramp there. You can put Titan Masters manning that gun. Let me show that off. And what I did here is put different various Titan Masters into different plug-in points. The little pegs that stick into their feet. Put them there so you can see them at play or at work or whatever the heck they do. But that's about this for base mode. I mean, or city mode. I mean, it doesn't really look like a city or fortress, or maybe it's a fortress. And this thing, like I said, that is so pathetic. I can't believe they released that with such a weak connecting point. I mean, technically it does have some G1 aspects or callbacks that make me think about the G1 Fortress Maximus, but not so much. It doesn't have any of the real gimmicks that the other one has. I mean, of course you could make your own fan modes and whatnot, and this part right here does actually still open, so if you rotate the knee, you can have stuff like this going on right there. Or maybe you can leave that like that, but rotate the legs up like this. Make a fake tower or something different. Maybe you could rotate this out this way. Just do whatever you want to try to make it look more like a fortress or more like a tower. And while it's missing, that's what that looks like. And of course you can put 5mm peg guns at different places all over his body. Once again here, Metroplex pulls off city mode way better. On a positive note, I am so happy that Hasbro actually released this figure. I'm completely shocked that they released this figure. And I'm definitely shocked that it wasn't $200. Like, their prices have been rising so rapidly recently. I'm just tremendously shocked that that Titan class has stayed the same price as last year's Titan. And it's definitely a nice looking toy. It's really cool that he is now the biggest Transformer, because he's definitely taller than Metroplex. Negatives, them not including the rifle that he has on the box. It's not including his Master Sword or any type of hand weapon. Kind of makes him a little bit more boring. And even the Titan Masters don't have any weapons either. Like, Emissary can have like the gun turret and all that inside of the city mode and air carrier mode, but Cerebro not coming with any weapons or anything, it just like takes points away from me. It makes this a more boring set because it's already bad that the transformation is like you almost can't even call them a transformation. It's just him laying down. It is cool that it can roll in the courier mode, but the city mode is really boring. It'll probably be better once I get some leader class figures that can connect to them and make them a bigger city, but how long am I going to keep them in city mode? Really? Anybody? No. I was really hoping that they would have added ankle pivot to this thing, but they didn't. And in some ways, I was told that this was better quality than Metroplex, but in a lot of ways, it's worse quality than Metroplex because a lot of pieces fall off and a lot of things don't tab together. Like the feet always want to come unplug, and I really don't like that. So I appreciate Hasbro's efforts on the toys that they have been giving us, but it always seems like there's something going on to stop the things from being 100% perfect. It's like easy things that just could have been thrown in for free, like a gun. Some type of hollow plastic gun would have made this more fun. But other than that, I do like the Titan Master gimmicks. That is cool, and I guess the reason to buy this thing is because he does look good right there in his full-on robot mode. The Titan Master gimmick is cool and fun. Even kids who aren't familiar with Fortress Maximus can have fun with this thing because of the Titan Master gimmick. So that is cool. But I would say definitely make sure you get this thing on clearance or have some type of discount or promo and not pay full price for it, because it's not worth full price to me, to be honest. But anyway, if you like this review, you're going to like the videos I put right there and the video I put right there. So give them a click. If you like this video, definitely click the like button, subscribe, share, comment. I read my comments and whatnot. T-Man978 out of here. Thank you for watching.